Um, then let's go to first shows. Uh,
Okay.
so did you do a lot of shows with Eternity, or did you do more shows after that project with Web, or how did it go?
With Eternity, not many shows. Not many shows. We did, but it was not for a long time
Mm,
that I stayed in this band. I stayed in this band for just a couple of years.
mm,
But we did many stuff for a couple of years. We did many stuff, and we actually recorded also an EP that came out like last year
mm.
officially.
Okay.
We somehow managed that, and yeah, with Web was the band that I actually promoted personally, and yeah, since this is my main band, it's always um, what you are after,
Mm,
being on stage. This is the stage is the whole essence of
mm.
a band. It's the only way that you feel their actual energy
Yeah.
and what a band is all about.
Mm. And energy is something that I've been to a couple of Septic Flesh shows, and
Hmm.
I think is the singer also called Sakis? Uh,
No, Sakis is a Rotten Christ singer.
oh, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
Septic Flesh singer is Seth.
yeah. So the Septic Flesh singer is all. Do you feel the energy? And he also talks about that, and
Yeah,
um just came to my mind after you said that word in a Greek accent, kind of. So
yeah,
um, that's very true, I think, and I think that applies to all kinds of performing. That music is something that really makes, even though I'm on the other side of the, if I'm not working as a stagehand, I'm on the other side of the stage, kind of as a part of the public. I still
hmm,
the energy is something that really gives me a lot of energy in the future. Also, not only in that situation, but I think that also applies to bands who are playing that. Even though you have a tour and it ends, you still have the memories, you have everything that has been going on during the tour, and you get a lot of out of it in
yeah.
that sense.
Yes, there's so much going on when you are on tour. I remember uh, discussing with our guitarist a couple of days ago, like, dude, I want to go on tour and carry stuff, to set
Mm,
up a stage. Which is the worst part of being on tour, because there's a lot of carrying
mm,
every day, loading in and loading it out, and we were like, yeah, I was, getting the groceries up my flat, and I remembered that, you know, why can't this be two guitars going on
yeah.
a venue? I mean, things like that. There is, I mean, yeah, of course you miss the stage,
Mm,
but you start missing everything.
yeah.
You start missing everything.
And
I, I,
being
I even miss the banks in the tour bus, which is, yeah, not always, not for many people the best place to sleep,
mm,
because it's like, entering a coffin, and y-
yeah.
you're there, yeah. But I like it. It, it is one of my favorite parts of the day, going into my bunk.
Mm. And finally getting some sleep, and yeah, I've
You know,
also heard that.
you have the bus driving, and it's like,
Yeah, it's like putting a baby to sleep, or kind of that kind of motion. um, I
yeah,
think, and I've also heard that some people have said that they sleep very well in the tour bus, which is something that
oh yes,
surprised me.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, but I think it's also all about like the days being so exhausting in a way that you have long days, and having to carry everything and then doing shows, which is mentally, I think, exhausting in a way that you have to prepare for it and then do it, and then you kind of have a release after that. And then when you finally
Uh,
get to the bunk,
you want to know my truth?
no,
It is exhausting,
mm,
but it is very difficult. It's very difficult. Uh, Sometimes it's more difficult than I don't know if you've been to the army. Have you been to the
no,
army?
not
No.
no. You
I
should,
have
but
been to
I
the
have.
army.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been to the army because it's mandatory in Greece, which is a really tough thing,
Mm,
and it's tougher than being in the army sometimes
mm,
when being on tour. You need more precision. It's more exhausting, but I wouldn't change it for anything in the
mm.
world. I don't know. I like it. I like this life just like that. I don't think there has to be a reason.
Yeah. I've also done like weekend shows with bands that I have been like doing roadie stuff for, but I've never been on a long tour in a way that I don't know that. And I also military service is mandatory in Finland, but I got released from service due to my epilepsy. So
Okay.
that's why I didn't go there. But I've heard that it can be very rough.
Yeah.
But that was a good kind of that you compared a good comparison between the two. I would think that many people who have been to the army or the military service can kind of relate to that more than touring if they have not done that. Okay, the mic went off just for a little bit. Yeah, you're back, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, it
Uh,
was my phone ringing. I just know from seeing and observing people from bands
mm,
that they say they want to go on tour, but I am very very positive that they're not gonna last more
mm,
than 5 days. They're gonna hate it.
yeah, but still, a lot of people do it for living or for fun, and yeah,
It's the best thing in the world for me. I can't wait to go on tour again.
mm,
I just can't. Yeah, that's my life drive.
mm. Next up is a question that I ask everybody who I interview, and it's not that simple of a question in a way, because the question is, when was the first time you thought that the hard work is starting to pay off? That, but this means different things for everybody, because this doesn't have to be like a money wise or a fame wise, but just for you personally. When did you kind of feel like because you have continued playing music so long for so long. So when did it start feeling like it would be something that you really want to do for your life?
Okay. First of all, I never thought, never had the mindset that this is what I want to do in my life
Mm,
in terms of how much I gain from that,
mm,
whatever that means.
yeah.
Okay. This is what I want to do because if I don't do it, I just can't live.
Mm,
That's that's the reason. Simple as that.
okay.
Uh, in terms of when I saw that this is successful, the answer is not so easy because we started playing in small audiences
Mm,
for like 30 people, then came 40 people, 50, 100, so it's like doing step by step
mm,
all the time. And the only thing I can say is that I started paying attention to what's going on. That yeah, okay, maybe we've got something going on.
mm,
Was the first time that I went on stage, and when I stepped on the stage, there were people actually hurraying for me going on
yeah.
stage, and also, I mean, there's lots of stuff. I mean, even this interview, you know, there's a guy from Finland that wants to take an interview from a Greek band. Okay,
Mm,
why? What? I mean, this is to me, yeah, somebody, you know, thinks that there's something going on here.
mm,
So there's constantly stuff going on. There hasn't been a point that, you know, all of a sudden uh, we started playing in sold out venues, headliners, and we're going step by step.
mm, uh,
So every step upwards feels kind of natural,
mm,
and we never ever take it for granted,
yeah.
because we play in I mean, in France, we are quite known, so we play in France, and we have people there, and the next day we're gonna go to Italy for the first time,
Mm,
and nobody knows who we are. So, you know, it's a very contradictive thing to play the first, you know, a day where you are known, a day when you are not known, a day that, in a place that, eh, some people might have heard of you.
mm,
It's not something that we take for granted.
yeah.
We just want to work hard
Mm,
and make what we think is amazing material,
mm,
offer it out, and hope that you know, uh, we are enough exposed to many people, and these many people are gonna like it.
mm. And the
That's it.
reason, like you mentioned, that I wanted to interview you is that still at the moment, even though I'm reaching for an international audience, I have some people in the States and in Great Britain listening to me according to my statistics. But
Mhm.
still, the majority is in Finland, and you have done only the one tour in Finland, right? The three shows,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
I saw you. I didn't know about your band in advance. Was it? It was the Septic Flesh tour, or was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Septic Flesh and Christian.
yeah,
It was also a Finnish band, Dead Shape Figure.
yeah. That's epic. Yeah, and it was that tour. And you were you the first band that played?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's a spot that is not like that beneficial for the band in terms of like finding new audience, at least in my hometown, because people tend to come just for the headliner or the two headliners or like that. But I'm
yeah.
always the guy who goes out. If I pay for a ticket, I want a bang for my
I
buck,
do that too. I
buck
do
in a
that
way.
too.
That I just want to know all the bands that are playing. And I saw your gig, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this band is good. And
Thanks.
I just I your guitarist is named Sextus, right? Oh, oh,
Sexus Argius Maximus.
yeah, and I yeah, I I
It's
went to
a
talk
it's
to
a it's
him.
a school's it's
Mm,
a school's nickname, just like my name.
yeah,
Our nicknames are school nicknames.
okay,
Anyway.
yeah. So I went to talk to him, and
Mhm.
I asked that I'm gonna host this radio show during the spring, and I would like to play you guys there. And then he gave me your info, and I contacted you, and you made an insert or something that you for the radio for the listeners, and I played a couple of your songs there. And uh, I I wanted to interview you because I think that, like I said in the beginning of the interview, I think that a lot of people in Finland and in Oulu are interested in bands like yours, but I still don't know about it. So I just want people to know that there's a band called W.E.B,
I
and
hope
there's
so.
yeah,
I hope that they are.
yeah, and that's why I also do these interviews. And of course, there's the other side that people who already know you and have been following you get to know a little bit about your background in the music, and that's the other side of this program. But it's about the new listeners and the old in a way.
Mhm.
How about the current situation? Of course, we all know that there's a pandemic going on, but uh, it doesn't really necessarily have to be about only your music, but you have been streaming, right? On YouTube or Twitch. I have been following that.
I'm doing streams on Twitch. I'm doing
Yeah.
gaming streams on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because in my free time, I like playing games. So I said, I'm playing like sometimes I am playing too many hours. Too many hours because I get carried away. So I said, yeah, why not make some more content out of this? Yeah, I started it quite recently. My latest streams, and I am playing an old game right now. I don't know why my latest streams are gathering much more people somehow, but it's something cool. I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy it.
So, do you like enjoy having the feedback, like kind of and people commenting on what you play and having like opinions about it, or is it like what interests you about streaming?
I don't know. I just the only thing that I was thinking about is that in times like this, it's really important for bands and artists to create content of any sort that that they approve, know. And since the only thing I can do right now is work, I cannot reveal stuff from the new album yet. So I'm just making some cover videos for YouTube or some playthrough videos for YouTube, or I am composing some jingle-ish music and everything. So somehow everything I do, I am trying to get the people that care for that keep up with me. And why not bring some new people around?
Of course.
Through that, because I cannot reach out to you or anybody right now because I am not having concerts, and we were talking for a pretty big tour for this September, but I mean, we cannot do it. It's already been discussed. Let's see for 2022 now. So I am trying to keep up with that. I am trying to make time for Twitch streams, for Instagram streams, and Facebook, and wherever there can be a live streaming that can be quite cool for everybody to watch. I do it. It's very easy to make a gaming stream because you see a game in the corner. There is me, and talking stuff about the game and making jokes. And I have made some live streaming with guitar playing, also, or painting or whatever. This is the only way I can somehow,
keep a connection with the audience and having a mental output of some kind, I think, because I think during this time everybody needs some kind of an output for the creativity that they have. And I think that streaming and doing covers and everything like that sounds like a really cool way of doing that.
It's as I said, I don't do it because I am gaining something out of it. I am doing it because I can't do without it. So the current situation forces me personally, I don't know how other people perceive it, it forces me personally to find other solutions to reach out, artists, and I consider myself one, have this thing that most of the artists do not accept that they have it. But I can confess it, that we reach for attention. We
Mm.
reach for attention. We are thirsty for attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want the attention.
Mm.
I want. I mean, it's the artist's nature to want attention, to want approval of what he's doing,
Mm.
of what an artist creates. That's why an artist exposes himself and
Yeah.
exposes his creations.
Mm. And I think that applies to me in the form of this podcast. That I've been doing the radio shows every year. It's always this during the May Day festivities, and I have like 3 or 4 shows during 2 weeks, and that's it. And the rest of the year, I'm just waiting for the next year to have that. And finally, having this podcast is that I can do it whenever I feel like it and when I want to do it, and kind of a way to express my sort of a journalistic side that I always have. I always have questions that I want to be answered in a way.
Mhm.
So this is a
Mhm.
good output for it. And I think that that's a very good thing that you said, that or a common thing that you said, that you just really need to do it. You need the it's not what you gain about it, but you just really need to do it for
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah. So we kind of discussed about your future plans in a way, that you have an album going on, but you still can't talk about it very much. And
Yes, we are in the finishing process
mm,
uh, of the mastering right now.
mm,
We love this album. It sounds amazing. Really, really difficult album for us, but I think that the people are going to embrace it.
mm,
We just received um, a pretty like done
mm,
edit of the front cover, which is amazing. Also, I liked it very much, and we are proceeding. We have people to discuss about it and its release, and all things in good time about the new
yeah.
album. But I believe that it should be out this fall.
Okay. Sounds very good. When did the last album come out? Was it?
It was near the end of 2017,
Mm, yeah.
and this album that we are about to release now was to be released the last fall. Actually,
Mm,
it was scheduled, but a year before that, the record label that we were shut down.
mm,
So we kind of backed up and decided to take a bit of our time,
mm,
not to rush the album and make it even better. And since we had to again to find a new record deal, which is really really hard, and you need to be every day, all day, emailing and
yeah.
contacting people about it. It's really really frustrating, but I can understand it, because it's not that you get a record deal and somebody, okay, you sound cool, I'm gonna invest money on you.
Mm, yeah.
I mean, it's not it's not something that anyone could say so easily. I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
understand why it's something difficult.
Mm,
The very frustrating thing for us was that we had a good momentum with touring,
mm,
and we were booking 2 more tours uh, before the end of the last tour that was in January of 2020,
mm,
and we lost it.
yeah.
We lost it. But we are not gonna give up.
Yeah.
We're gonna we are in touch. We are in touch with the people that arranging our shows, and we are in the hunt.
Okay. So that was the next thing that I was going to ask about, but you actually answered the question right now. So you're basically hoping to do shows as soon as possible, but also tours as soon as possible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. At this point, we're heading towards the end of the interview. So if you have something to say to the listeners or anything so you have free speech right now. So go ahead.
Okay. All I want to say is, first of all, thank you for the invitation and for having me here, and for having W.E.B actually here. The W.E.B is not only me. W.E.B is Hellfire and bass and vocals. It's Exosargius Maximus, as we said, on lead guitar, and it's Nikitas Mandolas on drums. And I miss being with these people, and I know they would love, as I would love, to come again to Finland and play for you guys. And I hope that anybody who listens to this podcast or views this or sees this video, give us a listen. I think I think you're gonna like what you are about to listen to. We're going to do our best to come up with a very good album that we have prepared for you. And no, I don't want to say anything. All I want to say is I want to see you guys, like everybody. I want to meet everybody. So let's hope that we can meet each other soon.
Yeah, as soon as possible, and really hoping to see you guys live again as soon as possible, and having a chat maybe after the show or something like that. Thanks for the interview, and thanks for this talk and this chat. And at this point, I would also like to thank the listeners and viewers. Thanks for listening and viewing, and stay safe out there.